All right, the Detroit Lions fall to the New Orleans Saints 29-35, and this is why I did not switch my prediction pick. I think I said 38-20. Even when the six players fell out, got on the injury list or fell out the game, I personally knew that the New Orleans Saints was an organization that was going to find a way to win the game. And the difference today was Drew Brees was better than Matthew Stafford, even though Drew Brees went up against a far worse defense and Stafford played a superior defense. But let's chop it up real quick. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Kind of want to adjust the camera just a little bit. I don't know. Not looking like a good day for the camera. But yeah, man, let's talk about the stats and do how we do. Drew Brees, he was 19 for 25. He averaged 9.8 yards to throw. It was 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked twice. Had a quarterback rating of 116.4 and threw for 246. Kamara, he didn't light us up like I thought he would, but he got 83 yards on 19 carries, 4.4 yards to carry, plus the carry to ice the game at the end on the toss or whatever it was, a sweep. 1 touchdown. Latavius Murray, he put 2 touchdowns in, 14 yards, 64 yards, and 4.6 yards to carry. Emmanuel Sanders led him in receiving, 6 catches, 93 yards, no TDs. Traquan Smith, he lit us up, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 54 yards. And Kamara only caught the ball 3 times for 36 yards. So he didn't do much. Stafford was sacked 3 times for 15 yards. The sacks came from one from Cameron Jordan, 1 from Trey Hicks, and 1 from David Onyemaka, whatever his name is. Lion stats, Stafford was 17 for 31, 206, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 3 times, quarterback rating of 94.3. Excuse me. Still don't like the way this camera sits. Give me a minute. There we go. Peterson, 11 carries, 36 yards, 1 TD. They got Swift involved a little bit more. 4 carries, 22 yards, and he caught a touchdown. And Kerryon Johnson got hurt after running into one of the sideline employees. The sideline employee, he might have broke his leg or something. I'm not sure. Hopefully all right. Hopefully they're both okay. Kenny Galladay, 4 catches, 62 yards, 1 TD. Amendola, he had 2 catches, 57 yards, and had a stupid penalty at one point in the game for misconduct. Jesse James, 1 catch, 31 yards. Swift had 4 catches, 30 yards, and that 1 TD. TJ Hockenson had 2 catches, 9 yards on 4 targets, which is abysmal. He had a great matchup today. They didn't abuse it. I just don't know if it's Darrell Bevel not knowing how to draw plays for a tight end, or is it Matthew Stafford who can't throw to the tight end. Reggie Ragland had 1 sack on Drew Brees. So I think they recorded 2 sacks on Drew Brees, if I'm not mistaken. The other sack came from Romeo Corey. Y'all remember that one. So, I mean, talk about the game. Put one of my computers to the side. Talk about the game personally. Started off hot. They came down the field. I believe they scored a touchdown. They got an interception, scored again. I think Swift scored the first touchdown. Was on a can't remember the route it was, but he scored it. I think it might have been a Texas route. Could have been circle. I can't remember. Then they got the pick, came back down. Kenny Galladay scored the touchdown in the end zone, and then Drew Brees proceeded to drop 28 straight points. I think it was. They ran one in with 2 in with Latavius Murray. Alvin Kamara ran 1 in. Traquan Smith caught 2 touchdowns. And, pretty much the Lions defense kind of held them in check in the second half. I don't know if it was New Orleans taking the foot off the gas and running the ball more, or was it more about Detroit, forcing the action. But I'm going to talk about the beginning of the game offensively, then we talk about the defense later. Matthew Stafford was horrible in the beginning of the game despite going up 14-0. He missed balls. He was inaccurate the majority of the day. He missed a ton of balls today. He got picked off once, I believe. And he was just terrible. Something was off about Stafford. I don't know if it's an injury or it just wasn't his day. But he missed his receivers high. He missed them low. And Stafford didn't play his best game today. And I think that was a determining factor. Drew Brees was on point like a box cutter. His accuracy was pinpoint precision as usual. And Matthew Stafford, he was missing throws. Remember, to be honest, the Saints defense played better, but they missed they number 1 and number 2 corners. And also, in addition to that, they lost a couple offensive linemen, but they missed Marcus Davenport and The Lions just couldn't make that adjustment. And then the Arizona Cardinals got their butt kicked today by the Carolina Panthers. So maybe they're not as good as we thought they were. I think they went 3-0 winning their first 3 games of the season. So right now the Lions look terrible. Okay, the Minnesota got their first wins today. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's time to kill that Adrian Peterson running game. Peterson should be in there in situational yardage for short yardage and to spell every now and again. It's time to hand the keys over to DeAndre Swift. He showed that he can be explosive. They use him on some sweet plays. They're doing the same thing they did with Kerryon Johnson. When Kerryon got here, they kept him on the pinch count. You know, this is a 2nd-round draft pick. You got to utilize him more. Last week, he didn't have a carry. I think he only played 14 snaps. This week, they got him involved a little bit more. You can tell he's more explosive. He's more spry. He's quicker. They got to find a way to get him more involved in the offense. But other than that, Marvin Jones did not show up today. Amendola had, 2 catches. Kenny Galladay did fine. But my number one pet peeve with the offense, minus Matthew Stafford playing shitty today, was that Hockenson did not have a reception until the 3rd quarter. He had 4 targets. This dude is an animal. You seen him on a 2-point conversion play. You know, why can't they get the tight end involved? That's my question. Excuse me. Why they can't get this tight end involved? He a beast. He open. He running great routes. He faster physically. They can't guard him. Imagine if they had the double or bracket TJ Hockenson, how much that'll open up for the rest of the receivers. No, Jesse James had 1 catch for 31 yards. I mean, it's either, I really want to know the truth. Is it Matthew Stafford struggles throwing the tight ends? He struggled with Pettigrew. He struggled with, Fourier and a lot of other ones. Mike Williams. He struggled with Eric Ebron, and going on. He struggled. And now he's struggling with TJ Hockenson. This dude only had 4 targets. He had nobody on the Saints can match up with him. Malcolm Jenkins, Charlie Gardner-Johnson, which they should have drafted out of Florida. They always get the bad Florida Gators, though. Davis and Tease Tabor. Why does he only have 4 targets? This dude is an animal. You could throw it up to him. He can get the 50-50 ball. So this is what kills me. They waste our last 2 first-round draft picks on players that's not going to contribute. And don't give me that shit about he blocking either. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear, he's blocking. No, he needs to be out there catching. He a number 7 pick overall. And then you got Jeff Okudah, who ain't playing because he ain't good enough yet. But there ain't no excuse for Hockenson for them not utilizing Hockenson. So to wrap it up on the offense, my pet peeve is Stafford played shitty today. He came out and missed a ton of throws. He was off. As usual, the offense don't have no game breakers except for Agnew. And then I don't even know how he on the team. He can't kick return or punt return no more. And he's not going to make a difference on offense. They giving snaps to Agnew when they could be giving them to Marvin Hall. Okay? That makes no sense. They trying to force Agnew to be a guy. He's not. His kick return, punt return skills have diminished over the years, especially since that injury. Put Marvin Jones in. They just stupid. And then, they don't utilize the damn tight end. It's time to kill all that. Agnew experiment is over with. Marvin Hall should be in there getting those snaps. All right? The Adrian Peterson experiment is over with. We're not going nowhere, so let's DeAndre Swift get more touches. Kerryon Johnson experiment is done. Y'all can cut him on a bye week when nobody shed no tears like Tupac, all right? We won't be shedding no many tears. And Matthew Stafford, like I told you guys, a lot of y'all owe me an apology. And only you know who you are. These guys for years that came on my page saying that you're hating on Stafford. Stafford's not that good. Now, it took you individuals 12 seasons to finally figure out Stafford was the issue. I figured that out 5 seasons ago. And I've been saying it. He's the one constant variable here. No matter if it's 1 + 1, X, he's the X. Every 1 times 2, X plus, equals, he's the constant variable. Matthew Stafford is one of the biggest reasons this car can't get off the lot. You've seen it today. When the game is on the line, when it's winning time, when it ain't no pressure on him to go down there and score, he can go ball out. But in the beginning of the game, he sucked today. He sucked. The NFL is going towards more athletic quarterbacks, and it's time for the Lions to cut bait with him. All right? But let's talk about the defense. But also, Jack Fox punted great again today. Prater, he didn't have that many opportunities today. But Jack Fox was amazing again today. All right? And but the defense-wise, it ain't no point. Why are they even out there on the field? The only reason Drew Brees didn't score 60 is because Sean Payton went into a more ball control offense, knowing that Matthew Stafford starts to feel good and get into a rhythm where the game is out of reach. And, it ain't no pressure on him to win the game. But up front, they can't stop the run. When they blitz, it looked good today. I forget who got Ragland got the sack off the blitz, or Cora got one off the edge. But they don't have no talent. Offensively, Kamara ran right through him. Latavius Murray ran right through him. They played some zone. They had big holes in the zone. They didn't squeeze the zones. Emmanuel 8, Traycon Swift 8. Marnie Arakwe knew he didn't have a pick and was celebrating like they wasn't going to review it. Overall, this defense don't have no talent. I think, I didn't really hear Tracy Walker name that much today. But I'm going to probably go ahead and say that, Amani is probably the most talented defensive player they got with capital in the future, with big interest in the future. Other than that, you look at this defense, ain't too much talent. Trey Flowers wasting money. Jared Davis wasting money. You know what I'm saying? Waste of a pick. They don't have no talent, especially up in the front seven. It's just like wet tissue paper for the front four. The Kamara could just walk right through it without any damage being done. They ran through him. They caught the ball. They let Traquan Smith get off. They let Emmanuel Sanders get off. And this is without Michael Thomas and Jared Cook. And they lost the offensive lineman during the game. And it's just, the Saints could have easily put up 50 points. But they just caught the dogs off and just played time control. And the defense was just pathetic again. They didn't blitz until the pressure was off. It just seemed like during the last few coaches we had, when there's pressure to win, probably besides Caldwell, when it's pressure to win, they don't call good games. When it ain't no pressure to win, when there's no, there's no consequences or repercussions, these guys are tremendous play callers. They call the best plays. The quarterback feel comfortable. It's just the simple fact that this organization over the last whatever since 1957, they don't perform well under pressure. When there's no pressure and they out the playoffs, then they play loose. Matthew Stafford is throwing the ball, scoring touchdowns, and they drawing up the Philly special, which they got it from Detroit. The defense is playing like they front running. When it's pressure to win or it's the goal is in sight, like week 1, 2, 3, and 4, they don't perform well. And they just an organization that are mental midgets. The quarterback is a mental midget. The GM is a mental midget. The whole coaching staff is a mental midget. They wait to start calling some great plays. And then what I don't understand is, offensively, why they don't play with more pace? Defensively, Jonathan Vilma was screaming for them to blitz more. They didn't blitz until do it. Then they're not aggressive. The way the league is going, teams are being more aggressive. That time they punted the ball back, they should have went for it. Even though it worked out and they got the ball back, but they should have went for it. They got aggressive on the 2-point play because there's no pressure. We're not supposed to win this game. This organization does not perform well under duress, under pressure. The quarterback, the play callers, and the defense is just sorry. They sorry. Panisi in there, Sheldon in there looking like a 1977 defensive tackle with his long jersey. He's sorry. That's why the Patriots let him go. He's sorry. Deshaun Hand, did he even make noise today? He's sorry. Romeo Cora, he's okay, but he's sorry. Trey Flowers, sorry. Where was Jamie Collins at today? Did he play? Giovanni Tavai, did he play? Christian Jones, did he play? Reggie Wagner made a play, okay. Tracy Walker, did he play? Deron Harmon, did he play? Who was Traquan Smith smoking? I don't know. Could have been True Fine. I don't know. Killing them with those crossing routes. Killing them. This team is mental midgets. When it was time to go 500 into the break, anytime winning and going in the right direction is within reach, this team melts down. It melts down. And they sorry. Sorry. Everybody was sorry today. Sorry. Marvin Jones, he can't get no separation. He a year slower. Amendola, he's slow. He can't run past nobody. He had a deep play early on. He got hawked. The best players is Hockenson. He's their best player in Ragnow. And then the offensive line, he got sacked how many times? I'd say 3 times. I don't know who the sacks was on, but they around looking at, what's my man's name that came over from the Eagles? Big V. He around looking. Crosby, I think, might have gave up a sack. And then you look at Taylor Decker. They run to the left side. He don't even know how to get leverage. They running the ball. He getting pushed back. I got to pull up that play and share that on social media. They're running the ball to the left. This dude is on the. It wasn't no draw or nothing. I don't think it was a regular one play. They run the ball inside the tackle in the guard on the left. He getting pushed back by the defender like it's a draw play or it's a passing play. Like, and people say, well, what do you think about Taylor Degger's performance? Nothing. He hasn't given up a sack, but he can't run block. That's the problem. But like I said before, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Saints won 35-29. We going into a bye week this week, so I mean, I think that win versus Arizona saved their bacon for Matt Patricia not getting fired, but he need to get fired now. He need to be fired now. He's trash. He's garbage. He's waste management. He's garbage disposal. He's a terrible coach, man. And jeez, I'm frustrated. But hey, don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, your video request. All my social media links there. Want to make a donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. We talk Lions, Pistons, current news, pretty much everything that's going around the city of Detroit. I kind of took my foot off the current news, so I'll get back to it. Want to check out my other channel right here on YouTube for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Goodfellas Sports TV right here on YouTube. Check me out one time for the one time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We go.